So, after 4 years of studying the game, a full month of writing and preparation, I finally present to you this free guide that you're currently watching. And now that it's done, I have 100% confidence and I have no problem saying that this will be the most valuable YouTube video you will ever watch. The information I'm about to teach you is what others would charge thousands for. But instead, I'm here today giving it away to you for free. I think that this, 30-minute video is going to be more valuable than what any other YouTube producers try teaching you. And let's be honest, I think I can speak for everyone when I say we're done listening to the same bullshit advice that producers will try teaching you. Oh, just be consistent, post every day, find a niche. Like, wow, thanks for telling me the same basic advice that's been passed around for the last 10 years. And look, the reason why I get a little frustrated myself at this basic advice is because 4 years ago, I was in the same exact position that you're in. I was a 14-year-old kid who didn't have a clue about marketing, let alone how complicated algorithms work. And so every time I'd go onto YouTube to look for advice, I too would hear the same basic advice over and over again. And oh my goodness, it would just frustrate me so much, which is why I decided today to put an end to the gatekeeping once and for all. Now, just a quick disclaimer, there won't be any cool fancy edits. This is not a Mr. Beast video. In this video, I'm going to be mechanically breaking down how to not only get your Type B channel off the ground, but to also build a sustainable Type B channel that never falls off, and how to monetize it on autopilot. So if you're looking for a video just to kill some time, I promise you that there are better ones out there. But if you're looking to grow your Type B channel and make a full-time living in the process, I can confidently say that this free YouTube video will be better than what other producers would charge thousands for. And don't just take my word for it. I myself have grown countless Type B channels and have amassed well over 100,000 subscribers across all of my channels, with one of them being at over 55,000 subscribers and nearly 30 million views. I have so many viral Type B videos that it took me an hour just to count them all up for you today. Throughout my career, I've uploaded 1,156 Type B videos. I've had over 4 million get over 1 million views, 16 to get over 500,000 views, 67 to get over 100,000 views, and over 400 hit over 10,000 views. If you do the math, this means I've averaged 28,546 views per video. This type of consistency is pretty much unheard of. This type of consistency is what allowed me to make well over $200,000 posting beats on YouTube before I even graduated high school. But just to show you that it wasn't a fluke and that I can do it for other people, including yourself, here's one of my students' QSS beats. You see, QSS was a lot like yourself. He tried to do everything that all the producers would tell him, but that basic advice only got him so far. Eventually, after a whole year of him trying to grow his Type B channel all on his own, just looking up YouTube videos, how to grow a Type B channel, like what you're doing right now, he only got to 1,000 subscribers, which is not bad. But in July 2024, QSS decided to hit me up for guidance, and within 6 months of QSS applying my strategies, he went from 1,000 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers and started making a full-time living off his beats. So shout out QSS. Another one of my students, Jaco, got monetized within 3 months of applying my strategies and hit 9,000 subscribers in his first year on YouTube. We took another producer, Julio, from 0 to 20,000 subscribers within a year. Julio, if you're watching this, shout out to you, bro. You're killing it. And yeah, this could go on for a while, so let's just stop it here. But now that you know I'm not just talking out of my ass, let's talk about who this video is meant for. So if you're a music producer who knows their beats are good, but really struggle when it comes to actually marketing them, then you can keep watching. If you're somebody who already has tried growing a Type B channel in the past, but couldn't stop it from falling off, and you want to learn how to revive your Type B channel and ensure that you can get consistent results, then you can keep watching. If you're somebody who already has a Type B channel and is seeing decent results, but want to learn how to take it to the next step and 5 times your income, then you can keep watching as well. If you're willing to take the time to build an evergreen Type B channel that will pay you dividends for the rest of time, and a lot of people say yes, a lot of people say, yeah, I'm committed and I want to do it, committed to building a Type B channel, but very few are willing to do what it takes, right? However, if you're not afraid of learning a new skill and putting in the work, then you can keep watching. So what this video entails: first, we're going to cover the basics, right? Understanding the fundamentals of growing a Type B channel. Then we're going to go over the content principles, which is simplifying your Type B strategy into 3 components. After that, we'll dive into niche selection using a timeless blueprint for finding, choosing, and dominating the most profitable Type B niches. Then market research. This will be a complete guide for understanding your market, making it easy for you to dominate. After that, we'll have viral Type B structure, which is me just explaining the proven formula to creating viral Type B videos. Then we'll talk about growth hackers, right? Optimizing your type beat videos for engagement. And then finally, we'll talk about monetizing your audience, the blueprint to inevitably convert viewers into customers. By the end of this video, you'll not only learn how to start a type beat channel, but you'll also learn how to monetize your beats on autopilot. So without further ado, let's dive into the sauce. The basics. Let's first understand how posting type beats actually works at a fundamental level. So as you can see, when we first post a beat, we instantly create 3 income streams. And what's cool is we're creating videos with a product linked to it every single time. And all of these videos are SEO optimized, and YouTube happens to be the second largest search engine, meaning we have a high chance of getting people, not just people, but the right people who actually want exactly what we're providing. And so that allows us to convert very easily. And on top of that, we get paid with YouTube ad revenue to promote our product. And a lot of mainstream rappers actually use YouTube to find beats. For example, Lil TJ found one of my type beats and dropped a song on it, and that song has over 12 million streams on Spotify right now. And all this happened just from me posting beats on YouTube. So what other business model allows you to get paid to promote your music? The best part is that right now it's easier than ever to blow up because the game is no longer luck based. All you need to do is watch this video until the end, take notes, and you'll be set. So now let's dive into thumbnails. The right thumbnail is what can take your type beat video from getting 0 views to completely blowing up. Why? Because think about it. If nobody wants to click on your video, then how are you supposed to get views? Right, that doesn't make sense. We measure a thumbnail's performance with a metric called click-through rate, or CTR. If 10 out of the 100 people actually decide to click on your video, then that would have given you a 10% click-through rate. A free platform that you can design your thumbnails on is Canva. I'm using it myself and I've used it for years, and all my students have used it as well. And it's free, so why not? But now that you have a basic understanding of thumbnails and why they're important, let's move on to watch time. So when YouTube is deciding whether or not they should push out your video, they take a look at 3 watch time metrics. These 3 watch time metrics are retention, average view duration or AVD, and session watch time. So average view duration. This is a simple one to understand since it's just the amount of time on average people watch your video. And for type beats, you want to shoot for at least 1 minute. If you can get 1 minute and 30 seconds or higher, then your video is guaranteed to blow up. Assuming you have a thumbnail that gets people to click, of course. But get this right and your channel will explode. So here's an example of a good average view duration, right? 1 minute 51 seconds, that's very, very good. Matter of fact, this is the highest average view duration I've ever gotten, and this video got over 500,000 views and netted me $3,000. Now here's an example of bad average view duration. 34 seconds is not very good, right? You want at least a minute or higher. But hopefully that gives you a bit of a better understanding of like what to kind of go for metrics wise when it comes to average view duration. But moving on to retention, your retention on a type of video is super important since this tells YouTube where the viewers click off your video and if they make it to the end. But between me and you though, YouTube is mainly looking to see if people are staying for the first 30 seconds. If so, then your video will perform highly even if the other metrics aren't very good. So here's an example of good retention. As you can see, 97% of viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark. This is like perfect retention. Now here's an example of bad retention, right? 46% of viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark and no one stayed to the end. As you can see by the graph, this is very bad retention. You don't want your graph to look like this. Now in the next section of this video, content principles, I'm going to talk about session time and why it's important. So without further ado, let's dive into some more gems. Okay, now content principles. Posting type beats can be simplified down to 3 things, and these are literally the only things you need to focus on. These 3 things are O and B: optimize content, niche down, and broaden niche. Make your content optimized for the algorithm. As cliche as it sounds, YouTube is just a game for the world's attention. The person who optimizes their content for watch time, click-through rate, and engagement will always win that game. Look, you're not Kylie Jenner, okay? No one gives a shit about you or what you're doing. So people only care about what they can benefit from you, okay? That's the cold truth. And if you think about it, the only reason why you're watching this video is because you can benefit from the value that I'm providing. So make your type beat videos the highest quality possible. And I'm going to dive deeper into how you can actually optimize your videos to blow up in the viral type beat structure part of this video. But for now, let's talk about the second principle for creating type beat videos that blow up, which is niching down. You need to niche down. And look, I know every producer has told you you need to find a niche, blah 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 blah. We've all heard it, okay? I hear you. But here's the problem with that. They never actually tell you why you need to niche down. Okay, so the reason you want to niche down is because of two things: session watch time and your subscribers. Let me first break down why session time is important for when you niche down. So, session watch time. Unlike other YouTube metrics, you can't actually see your session time. Session time is a metric YouTube uses to determine how long a viewer watched your content for. For example, maybe you got someone to click and watch your beat for a minute, which is great. However, if you manage to get someone to binge watch your beats and watch 10 beats from you in a row, assuming they watch each type beat video for a minute, that gives you 10 minutes of session time from that person. The best way to get someone to binge watch your type beats is by focusing on your ideal viewer. You see, the reason why YouTube is so powerful is because it allows you to find your ideal viewers. Or more importantly, it allows your ideal viewers to find you. If you think about it, the only reason why you're watching this video right now is because you want to learn how to grow a type beat channel, and I'm providing you with the information on how to do it. Meaning the algorithm knew exactly who to show this video to. So that's proof that this is how it works, right? So if you make Kanye West type beats, for example, your videos will be shown to viewers who like Kanye West type beats. So the way to win the algorithm is by taking advantage of this to boost your session time. Think about it. If you posted a Kanye West type beat and someone clicked on the video and really enjoyed it, they are more likely to click on another Kanye West type beat from you rather than a future type beat, for example, right? This is what YouTube loves. Okay, this is why I preach sticking to one keyword, because it absolutely cooks when optimizing for session time, as it creates a binge watch experience for the viewer. So now that you understand why niching down plays a big role for optimizing for session time, let's talk about your subscribers. So whenever you upload a video on YouTube, there is one thing that the algorithm looks for in order to know if they should push your video out to the masses. That one thing is your subscribers, believe it or not. If your subscribers don't click on your newest video, then YouTube will not push it out to more people. Think about it. If your own fans don't even care about your content, why would anybody else? That's why niching down is important, because if you constantly give your subscribers what they subscribe for, your growth will be exponential. So now let's talk about broaden niche. Eventually, you will want to expand in your niche, and this, my friend, is how you will be able to ensure that your channel will always keep growing. Okay, so let's say you choose the R&B niche, for example, right? Inside the R&B niche, there are many great keywords such as Tory Lanez type beat, Summer Walker type beat, Jhené Aiko type beat, etc. Meaning, if you were to post every day on Summer Walker type beat, you would be able to start broadening your niche by doing Summer Walker x Jhené Aiko type beat, for example, right? So look, what we just talked about were the 3 content principles that you must know when growing a type beat channel. And now that you understand this, let's dive deeper into niche selection. So when searching for niches, you first want to think about what beats you enjoy making the most, like naturally. The reason I say this is because let's say Drake type beat is a really good keyword for views, but if you hate making Drake type beats, then it's going to be a drag. So think about what beats you naturally enjoy making the most and then go from there. An easy way to see what people are searching for is by using YouTube itself as a tool. If you actually type in the YouTube search bar type beat, you'll be able to see the most popular search terms currently. And another great way is by utilizing Google Trends, and not many people talk about this, but it's super underrated in my opinion. Because let's say you wanted to start doing J. Cole type beats. You can type that into Google Trends and apply the filter settings in the image below, and this will show you if people are searching for the keyword more or if the keyword is dying. So here are the settings I put, right? I have it on worldwide, and I have it the time frame on the past 5 years, and then make sure to put YouTube search instead of Google search. Now, when to start in the niche. Preparation. Have you prepared for the niche? Are you good at making beats for the niche, right? These are some of the things you need to think about. Do you understand what thumbnails and visualizers work well for that niche? This is all market research, and we will go in depth on this in market research, right? We have a whole section of this video dedicated to that, right? But yeah, so we'll dive into market research after we're done talking about niche selection. Now, expertise. Are your beats as good, if not better, than your competition? Make sure to master the sound before trying to get into that niche. Now, commitment. Are you ready to commit to this niche for at least 3 months? Because look, if you can't dedicate 3 months of your time to building yourself a type beat channel that will pay you dividends month after month, then none of this information will be valuable to you, because you won't even be able to get to use it. You have to be ready to commit to a niche consistently, assuming it would get 0 views. That's why passion matters. Okay, the start will be slow. Yes, it will be slow, But if you love making the beats, then it will make the journey fun leading up to your channel blowing up. So now that you have a basic understanding of niche selection, let's dive into market research. So market research is one of the most important factors when it comes to growing a successful type beat channel. When it comes to market research, all it comes down to is understanding your competition and ideal viewer. Let's say you want to start posting little baby type beats, for example, right? Here are some things you should do to research the market in the most effective way. So first, take a look at the producers who are ranking at the top. Study the way they arrange their beats, the way their mixes, etc. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? Remember, good artists copy and great artists steal. Copy the way the people at the top of your niche are making beats, right? Then once you have the sound unlocked, start adding your own sound to it, allowing you to easily take over the niche. The reason I tell you to copy the people at the top when you're first starting out is because the way they are making their beats is working for a reason. Now, you should also be thinking about your ideal viewer, right? You have to put yourself in your ideal viewer's shoes. Think to yourself, what would my ideal viewer click on? For example, when I was first posting Pooh Shiesty type beats on one of my channels, I studied Pooh Shiesty's brand, right? I really started to study everything about how he acted, what his music sounded like, right? I noticed his music talked about gun violence and he wore ski masks all the time. So after doing my research on the artist, I started posting Pooh Shiesty beats on YouTube with thumbnails of guys with guns and a ski mask. Why? Because people who want a Pooh Shiesty type beat are more likely to click on a thumbnail with a guy holding a gun and wearing a ski mask than a regular picture of Pooh Shiesty. And this is exactly what allowed me to dominate that niche and get millions of views, netting me tens of thousands of dollars. So now that you know the basics of market research, let's dive into the viral type beat structure. And mind you, this structure is what I use to get tens of millions of views on my type beat videos. So without further ado, let's dive in. So creating a viral type beat video is a two-step equation, and it's so simple that it might just piss you off. Okay, so first, we have engaging intro plus simplicity plus optimized thumbnail equals a viral type beat video. Yes, that's it. So is it easier said than done? 100%. Is it really that simple? 100%, right? Let's talk about engaging intros first, right? Don't underestimate this. You pique the viewer's interest with your intro. There are many ways that you can create engaging intros, but here are a couple of my favorite personal methods. Method 1, we have movie scene intros. So using movie scene intros is a great way to engage your viewers before your beat starts. You do have to be careful though, because some movies are more strict than others and you could get copyright claimed. However, copyright claims don't actually have any direct effect on your channel's health, but I will say if you use movie scenes as your intro, make sure to only use the audio and not the video itself. This is very important and you'll save yourself from a lot of headaches when having to deal with a bunch of copyright claims. So I myself use a scene from Menace to Society, which is a very popular movie, and I use that as my intro for my biggest type beat video ever. This type beat video got over 2 million views, and as a result, it netted me nearly $10,000. Then we have method 2, which is motivational speeches. Using parts of motivational speeches is also a great way to engage your viewers before your beat starts. One of my students, QSS Beats, who I mentioned earlier at the start of this video, he managed to get several type beat videos to blow up using this method. As you can see here, he got a ton of views. Now all you have to do is search on YouTube for motivational speeches with no music, and you will find a ton just like that. So now that you understand the basics of creating an engaging intro, let's talk about the second part of the equation, which is simplicity. Believe it or not, you don't need the most complex beats to win on YouTube. You see, there's a big difference between beats that are good for YouTube and beats that are good for placements. And a lot of producers get this wrong, but YouTube beats are simple but hard and easy for an artist to catch a flow to or spark an idea. Placement beats, however, usually have no more than an 8-bar intro and have more complex sounds and layering. It's not about having the best beats. Matter of fact, my most viewed type beat video only had 4 sounds in it. Right? Only had 4 sounds. And believe it or not, I nearly scrapped the beat because I thought it was too simple, right? That's why right now, building a type beat channel is the best way to make money as a music producer, because you don't need to be the next Metro Boomin, right? You don't need to be the next Take Keith. All you need is the knowledge to get started, which you're already going to have by the time you're done watching this video. Now, the third part to the equation is thumbnails, but I've already gone over thumbnails a bit in this video, so let's just move on to growth hackers. Now, there are so many growth hackers out there, but here are just some of my favorites. First, we have best time to post, which best time to post is dependent on your analytics, right? I can't tell you the best time to post because it relies on when your viewers are most active. right? The longer your channel has been up and the more views and beats you have on your channel, the more data you have available to determine what the best time to post is. Now, the second growth hacker that we're going to talk about is utilizing end screens. And utilizing end screens is something that is a game changer and will boost your session time like crazy. But first, let's go more in depth on the best time to post. So, the best time to post is always going to be when your subscribers are the most active, preferably 40 minutes before your peak subscriber activity, because this allows your subscribers to give that new video initial traction, kind of like slingshotting it into the algorithm. And you can find this data by going to the audience tab in your YouTube analytics, and as you can see exactly when they're most active. Now let's talk about utilizing end screens. End screens are easily the most important growth hacker that there is, and the way to utilize them in the best way is by promoting a playlist at the end of all your type beat videos. So let me quickly show you how to do this properly. So all you have to do is go onto your YouTube and click create in the top right corner, and we're going to create a new playlist. So what you're going to want to do is call this playlist, let's say your name is Aqua, right? You're going to put Aqua's hardest beats, right? Or something like this. And then you're just going to get, 10 of your hardest beats. All right, let's just get, a good amount of beats here. Then we're just going to hit done. Let's hit create. And then on all your videos, you're going to want to go to the editor section right in the left side. And then once you're here, you're going to see end screen. So we're just going to hit the plus button. We're going to put playlist. So we're going to choose the playlist that we just created. We're going to size it up as big as we can and center it just like this. And then we're going to drag this to the end. That way the end screen only pops up at the last 5 seconds of the video. So then let's just hit save and then we're good. So end screens allow you to increase your session watch time, making your channel explode since your views compound the more videos you post. This game is all about volume, so capitalize, please. Now, let's get into the last part and arguably the most important part of the video, which is all about monetizing these beats, right? Actually monetizing your audience. So when it comes to monetizing your beats, there's one component that matters more than any strategy that I can give you. Without this one component, any monetization strategy you try will not work. Without this component, this whole operation of building a type beat channel will fail. And the component is quality. If the quality of your beats is actually good, nothing else matters. I promise you that it's a lot easier to sell your type beats if the quality is actually good. Now remember, you don't need to be the next Metro Boomin, but you do need to have a good mix and use good sound selection, right? Remember, you need to master the sound of the niche that you're trying to target. And I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but stay with me. If you can understand what I'm about to explain to you, this will almost instantaneously make you exponentially more money from your type beat videos. As you probably know, consumers buy off of perceived value, meaning for someone to buy something, they must believe that the product they are going to buy is more valuable than the investment to receive that product. So to circle back to creating a viral type beat video, all you're doing is piquing their interest in an attempt for them to believe that your type beat is going to be more valuable than the investment to their attention and time. So if your beat sucks off the rip, they will immediately click off your video, killing your session time and leading to no sales. All right, so we have the quality down, we have the viewer's attention. How can we make sales? Well, all we need to do is convert our attention into leads. We can do this by providing our beats for free in exchange for their email or phone number. This may seem counterintuitive, but stay with me because this strategy made me over $200,000 before I graduated high school. So once we have converted our attention into leads, we can then build relationships with these leads on autopilot and later offer paid beat packs, services, and sell our beat licenses once they know, like, and trust us. So to put this in caveman terms, giving out good free stuff equals curiosity towards your paid shit. Also, on top of this strategy, you'll be making sales regardless just due to the amount of traffic that you're getting organically. So don't worry, all this does is build a sustainable type beat business that pays you dividends month after month. And all the strategies I've gone over in this video so far are what all my students use to get tens of thousands of subscribers and make a full-time living off their beats within a matter of months. So the question becomes, how can you get results like this? Results like all my students that I've shown you inside this video. You could take the information I've given you today and try to figure everything else out by yourself. And it's definitely a viable option. And if you feel it's best suited for you, then by all means, go ahead. Because don't get me wrong, this is really all you need. I wanted this video to give everyone a chance to get access to good information that will undoubtedly get them results. And if you implement everything I gave you within this video and actually put in the effort, you will get results. However, the information I gave you in this video is only the tip of the iceberg. In this free YouTube video, you learn the fundamentals to growing a type beat channel, which is great. And that's why I made this information free, because I think everybody should have the basic fundamentals to get started with this business model. But let's face it, if you made it to this point of the video, you don't want to just know the basics of the game. You want to know how to be able to start a type beat channel in any niche, no matter the competition, and absolutely crush it. And you want to know how to find the most profitable niches before anybody else does, allowing you to cement yourself in and outrank your competition. And on top of that, you want to know how to consistently get type beat videos to blow up left and right without having to rely on luck. And this is exactly what I teach inside my program, Type Beat Accelerator. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you. This next part of the video will be a pitch. However, I want you to just hear what's inside the program, and if you feel it's not a right fit for you, then no worries. You can take the information I already gave you inside this video and get started with your Type Beat channel. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what you actually get inside of Type Beat Accelerator. Inside, you'll learn everything about thumbnail formats and how you can utilize them to take over any niche. You'll learn how to get a high click-through rate on your thumbnails every single time, which obviously will get you more views. You'll learn how to get your retention high every single time, allowing your video to get picked up by the algorithm. You'll understand the Type Beat algorithm on a fundamental level, allowing you to manipulate it into your favor. You'll learn everything about watch time and how to get high metrics every single time, guaranteeing you success on your Type Beat channel. You'll learn how to protect your beats from getting stolen and content ID people who have stolen your beats, which just creates another passive income stream for yourself. You'll also learn how to properly dial in your video tags for any niche, allowing you to rank on any keyword that you want. And on top of this, you'll learn how to properly dial in your titles, descriptions, etc. And I would keep going, but there's literally over 70 deep dive lessons inside the program, and it would take me another hour just to explain the topic of each lesson. Inside, you'll not only learn how to start a Type Beat channel properly, but you'll learn how to scale it and turn it into an autopilot business just like I did. For example, in 2024, I outsourced the daily tasks needed to run my Type Beat channel and built a team that would run them for me, which allowed me to take home over $21,000 profit in 2024 just off the YouTube ad revenue alone without me having to lift a finger. This allowed me to build more channels and scale my Type Beat business to new heights and make more money in the process. Like I said, what you learned in this video was very valuable, but it was just the tip of the iceberg when comparing it to what's inside Type Beat Accelerator. Because not only do you get the knowledge to turn this into a full-time job, you get access to a community of producers who already have tens of thousands of subscribers on their Type Beat channels. And look, we've all heard the saying, your network is your net worth, and it's so true. You'll be able to ask questions inside the program and get 24/7 support from people who already face the problems you're currently facing, not to mention the group Q&A calls that I host every single week. Now look, the reason why these big Type Beat producers are inside the community in the first place is because it's the same program that they use to grow their Type Beat channel. And the reason they achieved tens of thousands of subscribers within months of joining my program is because they were able to get access to my entire playbook and ask me questions. That way they could not only learn as quickly as possible, but learn the right information as quickly as possible. So you could either keep listening to the same basic advice that all these other producers try telling you and waste months, if not years of your time trying to figure everything out on your own, or you could streamline the process of you going from zero to an extremely profitable Type Beat channel in a matter of months. So if you're ready to start, build, and scale your Type Beat channel and create an asset that will compound and pay you dividends month after month, click the link in the description below to get started today, and I hope to see you inside. Take care.